So practically the Grand Large Fund has three main asset classes. We'll have equity, we'll have bonds, and we'll have cash. Each of the weights of each asset class will vary over time, and more importantly, the performance of our entire fund is based on the performance of the equity portfolio. So the equity portfolio will use a quantitative metric. We'll use the Shiller PE as to give us a sense of what is the valuation of the market today, and around that we'll decide how much of equity we'll invest in the portfolio. So what is going to be the weight of the equity part into the fund. So to give you an example, when the market or the Shiller PE will tell us that the valuation of the market is more or less in line with the historical average, we'll have more or less 50% of the fund invested in equity. So also, just to give you a sense of the reactivity of the fund, at the end of 2018, what happened is that we had around 20% of the fund invested in equity because of the valuation of the markets, and during the sharp decline of the markets in the last quarter of 2018, what happened, we increased our weighting to almost 35% because the markets corrected. Similarly, for the fixed income part, which is going to be a smaller part of our portfolio today, it's going to be a reflection of our strategy as a firm. What we do is we're good at stock picking, we're good at fundamental analysis, and that's the process we will follow to try to find the best opportunities in fixed income when we looked at the risk reward and the duration of the portfolio. And what is left of the fund outside equity and bonds is going to be cash. To a large extent, yes. So practically, as I mentioned, because we are sticking to our process of finding the best ideas within the universe in terms of stock picking, this is what is going to drive the performance of the ideas that will flow into the the bond picking fund and ultimately in Sextant Grand Large. So what is the duration of the portfolio today is around two years, which is relatively short. We prefer to focus on the things that we have a relatively high visibility on. We try to avoid the longer duration issues or ideas, just because we think that the fixed currency, the currency part, and also the operational risk for longer duration is not currently priced and not rewarded.